Hey there, my guy. We're stepping into a topic that could genuinely revolutionize your dating life. How to recognize and interpret subtle yet powerful sexual signals from younger women. Think about this. Have you ever noticed her lightly touching her hair while talking to you? Or maybe she leans in just a little closer, entering that invisible bubble of personal space. These aren't random gestures. They're intentional, though often subconscious, cues that communicate interest. Understanding these signals isn't just about attraction, it's about connection. Women often communicate in nuanced ways, and their signals are layered with emotional and psychological depth. For example, playing with her hair isn't just a flirty gesture. It can signify nervous excitement or a subconscious desire to draw attention. Similarly, standing closer to you could reflect a sense of safety and comfort in your presence. This is where the principles of Stoicism come in. As a man grounded in self-awareness and emotional intelligence, you can cultivate the calm and clarity to truly see what's happening around you. Stoicism teaches us to observe without immediate reaction, to approach situations with a clear mind, and to respond with purpose. By honing this mindset, you'll not only notice these subtle cues, but also interpret them with respect and intention, creating a foundation for meaningful interactions. Now, before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to make this journey interactive. If you're ready to take a step forward in mastering these skills, hit that subscribe button for victory in silence, your go-to channel for mastering life and relationships. Leave a comment below saying, "I'm going to take a chance," to affirm your commitment to growth. Stick around until the end of this video, because we'll be unpacking not just the what, but the we behind these signals and how you can use this understanding to build stronger connections. Don't forget to share this with a friend who could use a little extra insight in their dating life. Let's get into it. 1. Exposing her cleavage. Let's start with the classic cleavage maneuver. When a woman adjusts her top or leans forward to give you a more generous view, it's rarely accidental. This isn't just about physical attraction. It's a carefully calibrated signal. From a psychological perspective, it reflects an innate understanding of how visual stimuli impact men. Women often use their appearance to draw attention in subtle ways that invite curiosity without overtly demanding it. But here's where Stoicism plays a role. As a Stoic, minded man, your response is everything. A woman's decision to send a signal stems from a desire for acknowledgement, but she's also gauging your composure. Staring too long or reacting in an overly enthusiastic way can signal neediness or lack of self-control, which is a turn-off. Instead, a confident and self-assured man can offer a fleeting, appreciative glance before returning to the conversation. This demonstrates restraint, respect, and attentiveness, qualities that hold far more appeal than gawking. So, the next time you notice a subtle adjustment or a gravitationally defying lean, treat it as both a compliment and opportunity to build connection. Maintain your cool and allow the natural rhythm of flirtation to unfold. 2. Glancing at your crotch. Now, let's tackle the infamous crotch glance. If you've ever caught a woman sneaking a quick look, know this. It's not an accident. While such a glance is often fleeting, it's a subconscious act that reveals curiosity. Women, much like men, have moments when their interest or attraction manifests physically before they've processed it mentally. It's a natural part of human psychology. Here's where your reaction matters immensely. If you catch her in the act, don't call it out or make her feel self-conscious. Confidence lies in subtlety. A playful smile or an amused, knowing expression allows her to feel understood without embarrassment. However, avoid overreacting by posturing or making exaggerated moves. This isn't the time to prove anything. Instead, take it as an indicator of interest and use it to elevate the energy between you. A natural way to reciprocate could be a brief, intentional glance at her lips or neckline. Not as an objectifying act, but as a way to show you've noticed her as well. The mutual exchange of signals, when done respectfully, deepens attraction and builds a unique dynamic. 3. Pressing her body against yours. Physical proximity is one of the most primal ways to communicate interest. When a woman deliberately presses her body against yours, whether through a prolonged hug, an accidental brush, or simply standing closer than usual, she's testing the waters. This isn't merely a physical act, it's a way to gauge how you respond to closeness. Women are highly attuned to non-verbal cues, and her actions are likely deliberate, even if subtle. Pressing against you signals trust and a desire to explore a connection. But it's also a test of your emotional intelligence. React too aggressively, and you risk coming off as pushy or disrespectful. React too passively, and you might seem disinterested. As a Stoic, your approach should be balanced. A light touch on her arm, the small of her back, or even a shared moment of eye contact communicates interest while respecting her boundaries. Always be mindful of her reactions. The key to deepening this connection is demonstrating that her comfort is your priority. A Stoic man understands that attraction is about resonance, not control. It's about meeting her energy, not overpowering it. These physical gestures, when received and reciprocated with respect, create a subtle dance of attraction that allows both parties to explore deeper layers of connection. Pay attention, respond authentically, and let the interaction unfold naturally. 4. Playfully biting her finger. Picture this scenario: you're mid-conversation, and suddenly she brings her finger to her lips, lightly biting it while locking eyes with you. This isn't mere absent-minded fidgeting. It's a deliberate gesture steeped in psychology. The mouth is a powerful symbol of intimacy, and by drawing attention to it, she's subconsciously inviting your mind to wander toward thoughts of connection, even seduction. From a psychological perspective, this act can indicate both playfulness and vulnerability, subtly expressing that she's open to deeper interaction. The combination of biting her finger and maintaining eye contact creates a powerful dynamic. It's as though she's flirting without uttering a single word. As a Stoic, your response should balance composure and intrigue. Overreacting or making a crude comment could break the unspoken connection she's establishing. Instead, use this moment as an opportunity to deepen your rapport. Lean in slightly, lower your voice, or offer a thoughtful compliment. Acknowledging the gesture in a way that maintains her comfort while showcasing your confidence can strengthen the energy between you. Above all, remain present. While her actions may capture your attention, don't let them distract you from the conversation. Women appreciate men who notice the subtleties but remain grounded and attentive. 5. Giving you bedroom eyes. Let's dive into the power of a smoldering gaze. The kind of look that feels like it could pierce straight through steel. Known as bedroom eyes, this is an unmistakable signal. It's more than just a glance, it's a calculated expression of desire. When a woman gives you this look, she's using her eyes to convey an unspoken message that words can't capture. From a biological standpoint, this gaze often involves subtle physical changes: dilated pupils, relaxed eyelids, and prolonged eye contact. These are involuntary reactions tied to heightened emotional and physical interest. Combined, they create an intensity that can feel electrifying. Your response here is critical. Reacting too eagerly could dampen the moment, while ignoring it might signal disinterest. Instead, maintain a steady gaze, allowing the tension to build naturally. As a Stoic, you understand that power lies in restraint. The ability to hold her gaze confidently, perhaps with a slight, knowing smile, conveys that you're receptive to her signal without being overwhelmed by it. Remember, this is a silent invitation to engage on a deeper level. Not necessarily physical but emotional and intellectual. Meet her intensity with your own composed energy, and you'll create a spark that feels authentic and magnetic. 6. Caressing objects sensually. Have you ever watched a woman idly caress an object, whether it's her wine glass, a strand of her hair, or a piece of jewelry. This seemingly innocuous action can be loaded with meaning. By drawing attention to her hands and the way she interacts with the object, she's inviting your imagination to bridge the gap between the abstract and the personal. Psychologically, this act is rooted in suggestion. The slow, deliberate movements captivate your focus, encouraging you to associate those gestures with intimacy and tenderness. It's a display of control. She's setting the pace of the interaction while gauging your reaction. Your role here is to stay attuned. If she maintains eye contact while sensually engaging with an object, she's likely signaling interest. A playful acknowledgement of her actions can be a great way to build rapport. For instance, you might quip, "That wine glass seems to be having a great time. Should I be jealous?" This shows you're observant and unafraid to engage in lighthearted banter. As a Stoic, however, it's crucial to strike a balance. While it's fine to notice and appreciate her gestures, avoid overanalyzing or fixating. Focus on creating an environment where she feels comfortable expressing herself naturally. By doing so, you elevate the interaction beyond surface-level attraction to something richer and more meaningful. 7. Lingering touches. Touch is one of the most primal forms of communication, and when a woman lets her hand linger just a second longer on your arm, back, or chest, it's no accident. This isn't about testing the texture of your shirt. It's a physical signal of interest. Lingering touches act as a non-verbal way of bridging the gap between casual interaction and a deeper connection. Psychologically, touch creates a sense of closeness and intimacy. When her fingers trail down your arm, during her hand rests on your chest as she leans in, she's amplifying the emotional connection between you. These touches release oxytocin, often referred as the bonding hormone, fostering feelings of warmth and trust. From a Stoic perspective, your response should be composed yet reciprocal. Don't overact or rush to reciprocate. Instead, acknowledge the moment with subtlety. A light touch on her arm or a guiding hand at the small of her back can communicate your interest while maintaining respect. Pay attention to her cues. If she pulls away quickly, she may not be ready for deeper connection, and as a Stoic, respecting boundaries is key to building genuine relationships. Remember, the power of touch lies in its subtlety. The lingering touch is a doorway. How you step through it can shape the dynamic between you. 8. Talking about sexual preferences. When a woman starts discussing her sexual preferences, it's not just casual chatter. This is an advanced level of flirtation where she's testing the waters to see how open, attentive, and comfortable you are with such topics. Bringing up preferences isn't merely an invitation to share yours. It's a way for her to gauge compatibility and mutual understanding. From a psychological standpoint, this kind of conversation signals trust. Talking about personal desires often requires vulnerability, and she's essentially saying, "I feel comfortable enough to share this with you. How will you respond?" This is your opportunity to deepen the connection by listening intently and responding thoughtfully. As a Stoic, the key is to remain composed and respectful. Resist the temptation to dive into explicit details or make the conversation about probing something. Instead, mirror her tone and openness. If she mentions she enjoys certain types of affection, acknowledge it with curiosity and tact. "That's really interesting. What about that makes it your favorite?" Opens the door for further conversation while showing genuine interest in her perspective. By maintaining balance, neither too reserved nor overly eager, you demonstrate both emotional maturity and a respect for her boundaries. This creates a foundation for meaningful and exciting dialogue. 9. True suggesting sexy outfits. When a woman asks for your opinion on lingerie or a provocative outfit, she's doing more than seeking fashion advice. This is her way of inviting you to view her through a more intimate lens, and it's a clear signal of trust and attraction. She's not just sharing an outfit idea, She's offering a glimpse into her sensuality and inviting you to engage with it. Psychologically, discussing sexy attire allows her to test your reaction and explore the dynamic between you. This moment is as much about her confidence as it is about your response. How you handle this situation can either build her self-assurance or diminish it. A Stoic approach requires balance. Respond with genuine appreciation without crossing into objectification. Comments like, "That outfit would really highlight your elegance," or, "I think that style suits your confidence perfectly," allow you to acknowledge her beauty and self-assurance in a respectful way. Avoid crude remarks or overly enthusiastic reactions, as these can come off as insincere or immature. This moment is also an opportunity to reflect your own taste subtly. If she seems receptive, sharing what you find attractive can deepen the connection. Remember, however, that the focus should remain on her comfort and sense of empowerment. Confidence is incredibly attractive, and by supporting hers, you elevate the interaction to a deeper and more meaningful level. 10. Who's showing her lingerie? The calculated wardrobe malfunction. A classic maneuver that's anything but accidental. When a woman lets you catch a fleeting glimpse of her lace lingerie, she's sending a message wrapped in intrigue and confidence. Whether it's the delicate strap of a bra that peeks out as she adjusts her top, or the waistband of her underwear revealed when she reaches for something. These moments are intentional acts of flirtation designed to captivate your attention without saying a word. Psychologically, this gesture speaks volumes about her comfort level and her intent to spark your imagination. By revealing just enough to leave you curious, she's signaling both her playfulness and her desire to be noticed by you. It's a balance between vulnerability and control, a display of sensuality that invites you to see her in a more intimate light. For a Stoic response, maintain composure. Don't stare or act overly flustered. Instead, respond with subtle acknowledgement. A warm smile, a quick glance that meets her eyes afterward. These small gestures of appreciation can create an unspoken connection, showing her that you noticed without making her feel exposed. The beauty lies in respecting the boundaries of her playful reveal, understanding that this moment is an invitation to deepen mutual attraction, not an open door to objectify. 11. Texting suggestive emojis. In today's digital age, flirtation isn't confined to in-person interactions. It thrives in the digital space. When a woman starts lacing her messages with suggestive emojis, she's testing the waters in a playful, low-risk way. A winking face after a flirtatious remark, a kiss emoji following a sweet text, or even the cheeky use of the infamous eggplant. These symbols are subtle yet deliberate tools of communication. From a psychological standpoint, emojis can soften bold statements, allowing her to express interest while giving her an out. If the response isn't reciprocated, it's her way of dipping her toes into deeper waters without diving headfirst. If she's sending these messages your way, she's inviting you into a playful exchange that could escalate into something more meaningful. Your response sets the tone. Mirror her energy while maintaining your authenticity. Respond with a matching level of flirtation. Perhaps a smirk emoji or a clever follow-up comment. Avoid overloading her with emojis. The goal is to engage her, not overwhelm. Keep the conversation dynamic and engaging, laying the groundwork for more direct communication down the line. 12. Making bold flirty moves. When a woman takes the reins of flirtation and goes bold, she's not just testing the waters. She's diving into them headfirst. These moves can take many forms and accidental. Brush against your arm that defies the laws of physics. A flirtatious comment that lingers in your mind long after it's spoken. Or even a daring question meant to make your heart race. These moments are both exhilarating and revealing. They demonstrate her confidence, her interest, and her willingness to explore a deeper connection with you. Boldness in flirtation often reflects her sense of security in your presence and her belief that the dynamic between you can handle a little fire. For you, as someone attuned to both emotional intelligence and the principles of Stoicism, the key is to meet her energy without losing your grounding. A playful tease in return or a flirtatious comment that matches her boldness can create a magnetic back and forth dynamic. However, as always, respect is non-negotiable. Confidence and charisma are attractive, but arrogance and insensitivity are not. Be attentive to her cues, ensuring that your responses enhance her comfort rather than cross boundaries. Recognizing these signs of flirtation is more than just understanding physical or verbal cues. It's about tuning into the energy and intent behind them. When a woman engages with you in these ways, she's inviting you into a shared space of trust, attraction, and potential connection. The ability to respond thoughtfully and confidently while respecting her boundaries sets the foundation for deeper, more meaningful interactions. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like it and share it with someone who could use a little boost in understanding the art of connection. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to Victory in Silence for more engaging content that explores the subtle dynamics of human behavior, relationships, and personal growth. Your journey toward better understanding begins here, and we're excited to have you along for the ride. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.